Yes. All right. The hats off to the Wumps. Now, if you look like the Wumps, you would probably want to wear a hat too, because quite honestly, you're not very pretty.
You're
But
ugly.
yeah, ugly. Great. There's nothing better than being called ugly by a 5th grader, right? So they like to wear hats, and so you were asked to. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. So you were asked to fill out this table with different rules and draw them. And then graph it and see what happens. And this time, instead of multiplying x and y by things, we are adding and seeing what happens, right? And you filled in this table. Hopefully you had no troubles with this. And so I'm going straight to the graphs. Oh, look at that. The graphs of the hats with the rules. All right, so here's Mug's hat. And I'm going to trace this very quickly with my expert eye here. Yes.
Can I turn off the lights?
Yes, you can turn off the lights. All right, so then, if I were to take Mug's hat, oh look, this is congruent. This is congruent. This hat is also congruent. This hat, oh my goodness gracious, what happened here? This is an imposter's hat, clearly. Let's look at this one. No, the angle isn't quite right. It's a little bit off. So this is also an imposter's hat. And then it's hard to see here because it's so small. But look, these angles match up perfectly. So that means that these hats, and I'll circle them, these hats right here are all similar. And that makes sense because we're multiplying x and y by the same thing. In this case, we're multiplying by 0.5, a scale factor of 0.5. Here we're multiplying everything by 1, so you get congruent shapes. So the big question comes, what happens with this rule? So the original hat was right here, and the rule x, it's hard to see the grid, I know. Oh, come on, there. And so the rule x minus 1, x plus 4 moved the hat. It moved the hat to the left 1 space and up 4. This rule here, if I were to duplicate this hat, of course you're thinking you wish you had a hat as cool as that. What did this rule do? Well, it moved this over 2 spaces and it moved it up 3. So the question is, what does it do when you add and subtract to x and y in your rule? Well, we can safely say by looking at these two things that when you subtract from x, subtracting from x makes it go to the left. But when you add to x, you're going to move things on the grid to the right. And that's the big idea here. Obviously, when you add to y, you're moving the hat up, which means if you subtract from y, you're going to move the hat down. And so that is the big idea. Now, it may not seem like a big deal to you right now. However, this will end up being a bigger thing. It was big on Park last year, moving things on a grid. So adding and subtracting to x moves things right and left. Adding and subtracting to y moves things vertically up and down. That's it.